Hi, everybody, and thank you for taking the time to watch this incredible interview. Many of you know Jamie Roseberry. Jamie was an ALS patient, tragically, who we lost a month or two ago to this terrible disease. She was a fantastic warrior. She became personal friends with Representative Anna Eshoo from California, who, as many of you know, was instrumental in passing the Act for ALS bill. It was signed into law in January of this year. And the push for NurOwn, the approval of NurOwn, a revolutionary new stem cell procedure by Brainstorm Cell Therapeutics that Jamie wanted so bad. She wanted this therapy. She wanted to be here for her amazing little girl and her husband. And sadly, Jamie was denied, as are so many people right now, being denied hope. NurOwn works. The data is absolutely clear. I'm going to talk more about NurOwn briefly after the interview, but I want to keep the focus on Jamie for right now. Her sister, Lesha Marie Vierra, will read Jamie's final letter and testimony.
Lesha, thank you so much for doing this. I'm still not right over this, and we got to be strong. And let's try to get through this. It's going to be tough.
Okay.
Why don't you take it away a little bit? And tell you what, why don't we just start with Jamie's final words?
She wrote this, I think, a day or two before she passed.
Yes.
She wrote, on February 6, 2022, my pulmonologist gave me 3 to 6 months to live. That makes me at least 94 days ahead of the game, if you want to call ALS a game. It's more like an end game. Most of you know I do not give up easily. I spend every waking day, as ALS has paralyzed and suffocated me, fighting for the rights for people with ALS. I am proud to say I was relentless and that my efforts paid off. I used my loud voice and my drive to lobby Congress every single day until the Act for ALS bill was signed into law. It took 2 years of spending my bucket list days emailing and calling every single member of the House across the country. My Congresswoman, Anna Eshoo, came and visited my home and told me that I had changed the lives of tens of thousands of Americans with ALS. My name was spoken on the congressional floor 4 times as an advocate for people with ALS. This all sounds like I'm patting myself on the back, but I am not. I want to set an example for future generations of people with ALS. You don't have to lay down and take it. You don't have to accept that you are going to die of ALS. I may not win my battle, but I consider my life with ALS to be a victory because I made a difference. I helped make a change for the future of people with ALS. The world keeps revolving around us. We are all living together, and we need to think about the greater good. ALS took everything from me. I cannot walk, move, use my hands, hug anybody, or do anything by myself. Worst of all, I cannot breathe, not even 1%. Typically, a person with ALS loses the ability to speak clearly and to speak loud. Up until just a few weeks ago, ALS had yet to touch my voice or my speech. What is usually the first thing to go for most ended up being what was last to go for me. I realized my purpose was to fight for those who cannot stand up and fight for themselves, those who have no voice. My purpose was to fight for the rights of people with ALS and to help change the future of ALS. Unfortunately, I am at the end stage of ALS now. Even if this disease takes me, I take comfort and pride in knowing that when the day comes that this horrible disease becomes treatable and no longer fatal, that I played a big part in taking that fucker down. And those were her words. Those were her exact words. And that's how she felt. That was Jamie. That was my sister.
Wow. Incredible.
Yeah, very deep and very meaningful for her. And she didn't stop fighting all the way up until the very end, you know, unable to use her hands, unable to do anything but really just kind of get words out here and there. And she kept advocating because she wants a better future.
One of the phrases in there that I just that blew me away was that, you know, she said that we don't have to take it. You know, we may be diagnosed with ALS, but we don't have to
Right.
accept this and take it. And she's absolutely right.
Yes.
And she was instrumental in really providing what I think the ALS community needs more of, and that's frankly more shock value.
Yes.
Some of the things she did were incredible. You know, we've been to DC twice. You know, no more excuses. But when the day that she posted that picture of her laying in,
Yeah.
that was the most incredible thing I've ever seen in my life, frankly.
It was, and it was
Tell
hard
us a little bit
for
about that. Yeah.
us as a family to see that. Yeah, it was really
Sure.
hard to see that, but she wanted the impact of it, so that's why she chose to do that. You know, it was hard for us to see, but she wanted to get attention. She wanted to make a difference and to be,
Mm-hmm.
you know, to have people look, you know, and see what's going on. She just wanted to say, look, you know, this is what's happening. You know, they're not just, these aren't just numbers, you know, like the FDA is treating everybody like statistics, numbers, you know, oh, the numbers don't add up, or it's not, you know, good enough percentage. These are lives of very special people,
That's right.
very loved people. Jamie leaves behind a 10-year-old daughter and a husband that adore her. She leaves me, her sister, her other sister, her brother, my mom. We're all mourning and have this big hole left now, you know, and it's just not fair. She deserved hope just like everybody does.
She did. And the picture we're showing now, Jamie laying in bed and Congressman Eshoo, you know, and they did not share the same politics, no, without question. But she built such a friend in Anna Eshoo, Representative Eshoo. And would you mind telling us a little bit about that relationship and how that came about?
Yeah, she worked endlessly to get some kind of a relationship going with her, to the point that Anna would actually pay attention and listen to her. You know, she didn't want to just keep emailing representatives and Congress and all that and just be lost in the shuffle.
Yeah.
She wanted Anna to see her and to know a person, you know, and so she worked really hard on that. And she also, she did respect Anna a lot and look up to her. You know, she really did.
Yeah.
So their differences were, you know, they weren't even part of their friendship. And Anna was very kind to my sister, and my sister adored Anna, and it helped. It worked. You know, it worked to get some.
Absolutely did. Yeah, it's rare. It's rare to get a relationship going like that with constituents. You know, and I was impressed with Representative Eshoo. Every time I've met with her, she's been incredibly sincere about this. Like, not just saying the words, her and others like Representative Schakowsky and you know, Mark Wayne Mullen from Oklahoma and others.
Nobody's hearing them. Nobody's doing anything. It's like you want to just scream, you know? So to get somebody's attention, sometimes you have to bang your fist down or you know, let your emotions out a little bit.
I don't know what flexibility is then, when people are standing by, willing to contribute to the science and make discoveries that could help others. My understanding that it has been quite impossible to be able to access the two drugs. There are two drugs that are there now. And maybe my friend Art would have been here to benefit from that.
Why don't we take a look at a couple of these photos, if you don't mind, just real quick.
That's fine.
These were really neat, and we spoke just a little bit about them beforehand, and we'll start with this one. But this is, of course, the one of Jamie holding up her daughter, and I love this. Tell us a little bit about this moment.
This is at home, and this is when she was still healthy, and Jamie adores being a mother. She was such a good mommy. Chloe, such a bond, and they used to every night, her, Jason, and Chloe would put music on that went all throughout the house, and they would all have dance time, and they would, you know, swing Chloe around and dance and spin her, and she just was on cloud nine. You know, she loved it, and it was so fun to watch all that.
And then this is a great one, matching outfits. I mean, Jamie was just is stunning.
Yeah,
beautiful.
that was her pride. You know, that was her pride right there. Is being a mommy and going to school and being involved. And Chloe was so proud to have that.
We'll take a look at this one here. This is one of my favorites. I used to do a lot of these type of events, and I speculated that this might be like maybe a mommy-daughter dance or something. You can see the truck in the background
like
there.
That,
yeah,
they were just
so
she
cute.
was like my sister's little mini me. She was just always, you know, their little style and everything. They were so
Absolutely.
happy.
That's amazing. Now this one was interesting, you know, because Jamie had was affected by this point, and she put standing in capital letters here.
Yes.
And this is the very last letter that I have of us standing next to each other. And I thought that was, you know, that was everything she did had a purpose. You know, there was a message in everything she did.
Yeah, and she posted that on her Facebook page herself. So just not too long ago. Yeah, the one on the left is just, you know, that's just after the diagnosis. You know, her and Jason have been married since they were, you know, early 20s, and
really
they just have been together for most of their lives, and they were still madly in love with each other.
Truly,
they have
soul shrubs.
Yeah, one of those relationships that not many people have, you know.
Wow. And how is he doing, by the way? I mean, I can't imagine.
He's completely crushed right now. His person is gone, and he's just, you know, he's pushing through, but yeah, it's devastating is not even a strong enough word. It's
right. This one's one of my favorites. It's beautiful. It's good. It looks like spring here.
I don't even know when that is, but I'm sure Jamie knew.
Right.
But I think that was Chloe's lemonade stand day. So they were in little lemon dresses, and Jason tried to match. Yeah. She was raising money for her mommy that day. Yeah. She was so proud of that.
How much did she raise, by the way? Do you know? Just curious.
It was quite a lot, but I don't remember how much exactly. I never asked exactly how much, but it was a good little amount. She did good. She had the whole neighborhood lit up there for a while.
She's so precious.
Yeah.
You know, this is why, as No More Excuses begins to kick off this fight, this is 4 years of work that we're culminating with here. You know, Jamie came in, I'd say, about halfway through the life cycle of our organization. And she was always asking, look, what can I do? What can I do?
What she wanted to do was give it her all.
Right.
Just like she did with everything else. You know, she lived life big. She loved big, and she was fighting for the rights of people with ALS big, as hard as she could, you know, with all she had, even though she could have been doing nothing or, you know, whatever. She could have been doing anything, but she chose to fight for the rights of ALS.
This is one of the things that I think is so crucial for people to understand out there, that you know, you can do both, but imagine the frustration. When I say both, what I mean is you can be a really strong advocate, make incredibly powerful statements. The picture of her, of course, laying in the ground was not the only statement she made. She made many, but you know, you can do both and still be a perfectly respectable human being. Like I tell people, advocacy is not, it's not a way of life. It's a strategy. It's not who we are as people, you know. We're nice people. It's just, you got to do something to get somebody's attention at some point. You run out of options. And that was always her message to me.
You know, Jamie, it's not only that she's gone now, but watching it take her slowly, knowing what the outcome would be. And it's like watching someone you love drown, and you're just standing there. You know, you want to throw them a rope, you want to jump in, you want to do something. You know, there's a boat going by. Why are they not helping? You know, that's how it is with the FDA. Why are they not helping?
That's right.
They're supposed to help people, and it seems like they're choosing to not do anything, which is choosing to let people die. You know, if there's no hope with ALS, why can't they have some hope? And if it doesn't work, I'm sure that if you ask anybody who's got ALS, if it doesn't work for them, I'm sure that they're not going to hold it against the ALS that it didn't, the FDA that it didn't work for them.
Absolutely.
It's just the fact that they get to try it and get that little bit of hope, and it will work for some, and some should be enough. All she wanted was a chance to try to get her body to come back a little bit with some kind of treatment, with NurOwn. And the fact that she couldn't try that, can you imagine laying there day in and day out, fighting for this and knowing that it's working for some people, but you have to sit there just trapped in your body. I don't know how. She's very strong. She's so strong. I'm amazed at how she handled all this, but the fact that nobody ever said, okay, you know what? It's not perfect, but it's worth a shot. It's worth trying because her life is worth trying to save, out of everyone's life is worth trying to save. But I'm just saying, and so to speak, my sister's life should have been enough to try to save. If she wanted to try it, she should have had the right to try it. Sure. It's not perfect, but it's a start. We need that start. And
that's right. Thank you so much for reading that letter. And is it okay if I post that for everybody to see too, along with this?
Yeah, I would like that. Yeah, she's very proud of that. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll make sure it's included in the comments. And you have a great night in Oregon. And thank you so much. Keep in touch, and I'll try to do the same. I'm sorry. Tell Jason, thank you so much. We're so sorry.
I will. Thank you, Mike.
All right. Thank you so much.
Okay.
All right, there you go. Thank you so much. That was a tough interview, easily the toughest one I've ever done. I remember the first time Jamie Roseberry and I spoke. Jamie had no issue with telling you what was on her mind. Jamie was a powerful advocate who had an absolute role, a large role, in convincing Representative Eshoo to really begin to get behind ALS. ALS cannot be treated like any ordinary disease any longer. If it is, it will never be fixed. ALS is a heterogeneous disease that, frankly, is unlikely to ever be cured with a single therapy. We know that NurOwn has restored the breathing in some individuals. Pulmonary function has improved. Their breathing scores have improved. Think about what that means to somebody on a BiPAP like Jamie. All of this is available on our Facebook page at No More Excuses. You can meet over a dozen people from the NurOwn Phase 3 trial, and some of them in the subsequent expanded access trial, at our official YouTube page here. So thank you again for watching, and I wish all of you an amazing holiday season, and I hope very soon that next series of videos will be discussing the AdCom strategy for Brainstorm's NurOwn. Thank you, and we honor Jamie Roseberry today and her sister. Thanks, Lesha, for what you did. It was amazing, very powerful, and we wish nothing but the best for Chloe and for Jamie's husband moving forward. Thank you so much, everybody. See you soon.